What's Gucci fam? Welcome to the Pulse of Marketing, where we don't just talk tactics, we shift mindsets so you can move differently in business. Today, I have one question for you. Are you trying to close deals or build a brand that sells itself? Too many people confuse the two, and that confusion is costing them money, momentum, and mental peace. Around here, we stand on one truth. Every entrepreneur and professional needs to hear. You don't have to know how to sell, but you do have to know how to market. So buckle up because we are about to break down the difference between hype and heart, push and pull, and chase and choice. This episode might change how you do business forever. I'm your host, Coach LJ, and I'm excited to have you join me for another Marketing Monday. Now, let us keep it a buck for a second. Have you ever felt like marketing and selling are the same thing? You are constantly pitching, posting, and promoting, but there are still no sales. You are grinding, but something not clicking. And you are asking yourself, am I missing a step? Fam, you are not alone. This confusion is one of the biggest traps, even for seasoned business owners. So today, we are putting back the curtains on the one conversation most folks skip: marketing versus selling. The key difference no one talks about. Here is the truth. If you treat marketing as just another word for selling, you will probably miss out on influence, impact, and income. In today's episode, we are breaking down what marketing is and what it is not, why that difference shifts everything from your brand to your bank account, and how to align your strategy so you are not just pushing products, you are putting people into your purpose. So buckle up because this might be the clarity you have been praying for. Now, I will let the intro roll and I will be right back.
Yeah, yeah. Welcome to the Pulse, where the paper gets cracking. Creativity and strategy make it all happen. You ain't gotta sell, just market with flair. Put your brand on the map and leave them in despair. Smooth as jazz notes, the deals get closed. Ideas flowing like rivers, watch them explode. Through each campaign, we paint with precision. No need for selling, just spark the vision. Creativity reigns, we master the plan. From concept to launch, we make the stand. Strategies tight, rhythm in check. Welcome to the Pulse, where we break the net.
Welcome back, fam. Let us dive in and set the stage right. Because before we discuss selling, strategies, funnels, or promotions, we must understand the foundation. So let us start here. Understanding setting the stage for success. What is marketing? And why does getting this right unlock everything else? Let us break it down. Because how can you build trust, spark interest, and create a connection without a massive budget? Let us dive in. Now, fam, let me start with this fundamental question. Are you sparking interest or are you just shouting into the void? Marketing is not just about being loud. It is not about shouting over your competition. It is about resonance. It is about making your audience feel like you get them, even before they give you a dollar. Let us keep it a buck. Many entrepreneurs waste time doing more instead of connecting better. Let me tell you a quick story. When I started marketing my services, I thought showing up everywhere was the key. I was grinding on Facebook, Instagram, emails, and webinars. But even though I was visible, I was not getting conversations. Why? Because I was marketing without meaning. I had not clarified who I was genuinely speaking to or how I was solving a real pain point. My audience was locked in once I stopped trying to be everywhere and got Pacific. And that shift, that was everything. Let's talk fast. According to HubSpot 2023 State of Marketing Report, 55% of marketers say knowing your audience is the most critical success factor. In 2022, Harvard Business Review reported that brands prioritizing emotional connection outperform competitors by 85% in sales growth. So, what does that mean for us? If your audience cannot see themselves in your message, they will not invest in it. That is why understanding marketing is not optional. It is foundational. Let us break this down with 3 steps you can implement right now. 1, define your audience and be specific. It is not enough to say, I serve small businesses. Ask, who do I want to reach? What keeps them up at night? What transformation they are seeking? Budget-friendly tip, use Instagram polls, Facebook groups, or Google Forms to ask your people directly. Research is free if you are willing to listen. 2, craft a compelling message. Here is the truth. Facts tell, but feelings sell. Stop listening features. Start telling stories. Show your audience what life looks like after working with you. Think, what does my message promise emotionally? Is it confidence, peace, clarity, result? A budget-friendly tip, utilize ChatGPT or Claude or Google Gemini, whatever you prefer, to refine your messaging based on existing customer reviews or testimonies. 3, build connection before conversion. Too many folks jump straight to the sell, but people do not just buy your product, they buy into it. Start conversations, go live, comment back, be human. At the end of the day, be human. According to Sprout Social, 68% of consumers report being more likely to purchase from brands that engage with them. So engagement is critical in marketing. A budget-friendly tip, utilize free tools like Canva to craft posts that accurately reflect your personality. Use Loom to develop short video replies. It does not cost you a dime to be authentic. Before we move on, ask yourself, am I building connection or just pushing content? That is the key, fam. Marketing is not just the beginning of the funnel, it is the foundation of trust. Let us recap. Define who you are, speak their language, lead with connection, not just conversion. Because once you get this part right, everything else starts to fall into place. And now, with that solid foundation in place, let us shift gears, grab your notes, because up next, I believe that's me. We are diving into selling, the art of closing the deal. Let's go. So, how do you turn curiosity into commitment? We just finished discussing understanding marketing, setting the stage for success. Now, let us discuss how to turn that attention into action. Marketing might get your audience to the table, but selling is what gets them to sign the deal. So here's the $1,000,000 question. How do you transform someone's interest into income without coming across as pushy or salesy? Let me take you into a moment that changed my whole perspective with a personal story, from curiosity to commitment. I thought marketing alone would be enough when I started offering coaching sessions. And I have to be honest, I hate sales. I hate sales because I always, you always believe that selling, you have to be pushing, you have to be selling. Not really, not really. So I just had to throw that out there because me, I hated sales in the beginning, but I had to learn, and this is why I'm sharing my story because this is something that I had to learn. So I had a clean brain, polished visuals, and strong content. I had people watching, but they were not booking. The problem, I was marketing, but I was not selling. Marketing, but I wasn't selling because I didn't want to be sound pushy or salesy because I don't like when someone do it to me. So that's not my personality. I'm more friendly. I like to build relationship. So, but we're gonna see that that's not really sales either, being pushy and selling because you can't get people to buy into something without being pushy and selling, as we talked about earlier, and as we will learn later on. So I had to learn the difference. One day, a potential client told me, I love what you are posting, but I was unsure how to move forward. That hit me. So I followed up with a clear call to action. A clear call to action. Look at that. A clear call to action. Let us hop on a 15-minute call to discuss your business goals. That person became a paid client and then referred three more people. You see that? Learning what interests them, learning what they want, listening to their goals. Lesson learned, marketing sparks interest, selling creates transformation. Let's back that up with data. According to a 2023 report by HubSpot, 82% of buyers report accepting a meeting after a connection was made via a personalized outreach. But here's the kicker. A 2023 Salesforce report that 44% of salespeople give up after just one follow-up. It's in the follow-up, people. I'm telling you, it's in the follow-up. Don't give up because of one pushback. Don't give up at the one connection. You got to follow through. Follow through. It's all about the follow through. Don't give up on a sale. Just keep following through, keep connecting, keep building rapport, keep building relationship. Just a text message, just a phone call, just to say hi, how are you doing? Just checking on, just tell you about the process. Even if it's not really a process to discuss, but just to build that rapport and building that relationship and just staying top of mind. That's what it's about. Staying top of mind with your potential customer. Meanwhile, Marketing Donuts 2022 report says that 80% of sales require at least 5 follow-ups. You see that? 5 follow-ups. That's what the reports say. So that's why you don't want to give up after one follow-up. You got to keep going because sometimes a customer needs to trust you, because you got to make them feel like they won. So, it's sometimes going to take time. It's going to take the 5, 6, 7. It might, one every now and then it might take one because that's the lower averages. But sometimes it's going to take 5, 6, 7, 1 or whatever. But you got to keep following up. So what does that tell us? Because you are leaving money on the table if you are not consistently following up or learning to listen and respond to real needs. Let us break it down. 3 keys to sell like a human, not a robot. 1, train in solution-based selling. Forget the pitch. Instead, ask questions like, what is holding you back in your business right now? Then show how your product or service addresses that need. A budget tip, use free tools like Google Forms or Calendly to pre-qualify leads with solution based questions before the call starts. Two, highlight benefits, not just features. Do not just say what it does, show what it means for the buyer. Instead of this platform has automated scheduling, try this platform frees up 5+ hours of your week so you can focus on revenue. Three, follow up with intention. You do not need a CRM to do this. Start with a simple spreadsheet or a free tool like Notion. Follow up with value, not just checking in. Instead, say, saw this article and thought of your brand. Let me know if you want to discuss how we can apply it. The key, stay top of mind without being overbearing. As I just said earlier, the goal is to stay top of mind when you following up with your potential customer or client. How could you follow up better with potential clients this week? Drop it in the comments. I want to see you grow in confidence and convergence. So we get into it. So how to align energy and effort to multiply impact. Now that we have unpacked the art of selling, the power move that transforms curiosity into commitment, it is time to sync your marketing engine with your sales strategy. Because let me keep it 100. Marketing opens the door, but selling invites people inside. And when those two work hand in hand, that is when momentum turns into money. Real talk. Are you creating buzz or closing business? Drop it in the comments. Let me know. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it 100. Are you creating buzz or closing business? Because by me understanding where you struggle at, this is how I can help you solve your selling issues or even marketing problems. So let me know in the comments what's going on in your business and your career with marketing and with selling. Let me know so that I can help you with maybe crafting an episode that will solve your pain point or will solve your problem. So let's talk about it in the comments. Drop it in the chat. This is a judge-free community, a judge-free space that we can share our ideas, share our comments. Let's talk about different things so that we can help each other grow in this community. You are a part of the Postal Marketer fam, and we believe in helping one another in our business and our professional and in marketing. So let me tell you a quick story that shows the difference. A perfect example of buzz without backbone. A local restaurant owner I examined spent thousands on flashy ads, billboards, radio spots, and Facebook promotions, and they crushed it in terms of attention. People came in droves on opening weekend. But here's the problem. No one was trained to collect customer feedback, and no one offered a come back again card. There was no loyalty loop or selling system. The result, great launch, weak growth. Within 60 days, traffic slow and the hype fizzled. They were marketing but not selling. They had noise but not nurture. Now, let us look at a giant like Amazon. And I think I'm gonna do a study on Amazon just to dive into how they market their business. When I launched the Marketing Blueprint podcast, I definitely want to dive into Amazon a little bit more so that we can see how they do marketing and how they become this running all you machine that's just automated. So definitely stay tuned because I definitely want to talk about Amazon a little bit more when we get into the Marketing Blueprint. Probably every Thursday, but I assume we'll be recording, and Amazon will be one company I would definitely do a deep dive and learning the blueprint of how Amazon run and how they do business and with their marketing. But their marketing is personalized. You see deals for you, or people also brought. Their selling is frictionless. One click checkout, upsells, subscriptions, and reviews. Here is a stat. According to McKinsey and Company in 2022, 76 of consumers report that personalized experiences increase their likelihood of making a purchase. That is not just marketing. That is marketing and selling combined, resulting in conversion confidence. Let us break down this union using a three-step framework. How can we get marketing and sales to work together, especially when you are on a budget? Here is the MSS framework. One, map the journey. Marketing starts the movement. Ask, what path does your ideal customer follow from discovering you to purchasing from you? Use free tools like Google Forms. I'm telling you, make that your friend. Make Google your friend. Google Forms or Instagram posts to understand where they are stuck. Here is a budget tip. Utilize a free CRM such as HubSpot, FreePlan, or Notion to map and track this flow. Two, speak their language. Selling builds the trust. Do not just tell them what you offer. Show them why it matters. Utilize testimonials, FAQs, and transparent pricing to reinforce your value effectively. According to Nielsen's 2023 statistics, 92% of buyers trust peer recommendations over traditional advertisements. Three, sync your follow-ups. Turn awareness into action. Marketing gets attention. Follow-up turns it into sales. You can use automation tools like MetaLite or ConvertKit to deliver value and present timely calls to action. Here is another fact from Forrester Research in 2023. Companies that automate lead nurturing sees a 451% increase in qualified leads. Where is your gap? Do you have marketing but no follow-up? Sales calls but no steady leads? Please let me know in the comments which one you need to strengthen right now, marketing or sales. Now that we have broken down the strategy and seen real world wins and warnings, let us ask the following question. What happens when marketing and selling work hand in hand? How do you turn your message into momentum and your audience into loyal buyers? You build sales and sustainability by aligning your message and method. Could we discuss this? Please. I am glad you asked. Let us start with a story. Picture this. A tech startup pours thousands into a flashy marketing campaign. The visuals are fire. I mean, straight fire. The ad copy is tight. The curiosity is real. People start clicking and landing on the site. However, here is the problem. The sales message does not align with the marketing vibe. The energy, gone. The excitement, flatline. They saw traffic spike, but conversions tank. Why? That is a good question. Why? Why the energy has gone? Why the excitement has flatlined? Why the traffic has spiked but conversion tanked? Why? Here it is. Marketing's expectations did not align with the sales team's delivery. According to HubSpot 2023 State of Marketing Report, 60% of businesses said misalignment between marketing and sales was one of their biggest revenue blockers. Now, here's the twist. This same startup went back to the drawing board. They trained their sales team to echo the campaign's tone, promises, and language. Every call, every email, and every pitch sounded like an extension of the ad. They even included FAQs, data from social media, and their follow up. What happened? A 30% increase in conversion, all because the promise met the pitch. Now, let us level up with a brand you know. Take Tesla. Regardless of what you think about Tesla today, with Elon Musk's involvement in politics, Tesla does not just market features, they market a vision, innovation, sustainability, and status. Their marketing builds a dream. Then the sales experience delivers it with test drives that sells the feeling, seamless online purchasing, and minimal in-person pressure. It is clean, aligned, and it works. McKinsey 2022 found that businesses that integrate their marketing and sales strategies see up to 36% higher customer retention rate and 38% faster revenue growth. How do you align marketing and selling even on a budget? Here is your action plan. One, create joint sync up. Have marketing and sales teams or yourself in both roles meet weekly. Discuss campaign messages, what customers said, and what adjustments are popping up. Unity equals clarity. Two, repurpose marketing. Language and sales strips. Use the same language, tone, and emotional triggers from your content and ads in your sales calls, direct messages, DMs, or checkout pages. This consistency builds trust. Three, use your data wisely. Could you review the content that receives the most engagement? What posts drive traffic? What freebies get downloads? You can use that insight to guide your follow-ups, offers, and close strategies. Four, automate where is possible. Use tools like MailChimp, ConvertKit, or Google Forms to capture leads and segment based on behavior. Personalized follow-ups do not have to be expensive, just intentional. When marketing and selling move together, here is what happens. Fewer leads get lost in translation. More people say yes with confidence, and your brand becomes the bridge between attention and transformation. Now, let me hear from you. What is one thing you can do this week to align your marketing with your sales experience? Drop it in the comments because real strategy starts with reflection. We have synced our marketing and selling strategies, measures, and methods, head and heart. Now, let us go even deeper. Up next, I believe that means the emotional core of it all, because people do not just buy with logic, they buy with feeling. Let's go. So, how do you go from just a brand to I feel seen? So, here's the real question. Are you speaking to your audience heart or just their wallet? Too often, entrepreneurs get stuck on product specs, service lists, and price tags. But here is what we know. Harvard Business School says 95% of purchase decisions are subconscious. That means your audience buys with emotion first and justifies with logic later. Could you please provide an example to break this down? Yes, I'm glad you asked. Because while learning how emotional storytelling impacts sales, I noticed a local bakery. This small family run shop could not compete on price or foot traffic, but what they could compete on was connection. Instead of posting pretty cupcake photos, they started sharing the stories behind each recipe, such as the one passed down from the founder's grandmother or the memories of late night baking sessions with the family. Suddenly, their brand was not just about sugar and frosting, but love, legacy, and home. Within 90 days, their community showed up. Sales jumped by 28%, and they became a loyal local favorite. not because of flashy ads, but because of heartfelt marketing. That taught me something crucial. People do not just buy a product, they buy meaning. They invest in how your brand makes them feel. So here is how to tap into that emotional core. One, highlight the human element. Share the why behind your brand. Is your business rooted in family, healing, transformation? Let your audience connect with your heart before they connect with your product. Two, address real pain points. Do not just sell benefits. Show how your offer evades frustration, saves time, restores confidence, or fulfills a dream. Three, use storytelling. Instead of saying our product is great, say this helped a mom of three finally find time to rest. It is emotionally specific. It is relatable. It sticks. According to Psychology Today, emotional advertising yields a 23% lift in conversions compared to rational content. Building trust is the bridge. Emotional connection sparks interest, but trust seals the deal. I would like to give you an example. I know a fitness trainer who struggled to book clients. Then they made one change. They started consistently showing up on Instagram, sharing quick tips, answering questions and direct messages, and posting progress photos from real clients with their consent and permission. Within a few months, their inquiries tripled, not because of fancy funnels, but because people felt seen and safe. And then there is Starbucks. Another one that I want to talk about in the marketing blueprint when I begin to launch. They do not just sell coffee, they sell belonging, comfort, and identity. One other thing, too, whatever company or marketing campaign you want me to discuss in the marketing blueprint, please let me know in the comments. This is a great way to let me know what you want to learn on the marketing blueprint and what company you want me to dive into. So let's get back into it. But like I say, Starbucks, they do not just sell coffee, they sell belonging, comfort, and identity. Their consistency, clean stores, and Batista name calling are not accidental. They are emotionally designed strategies that build loyalty and trust. One, to build trust on a budget. One, be consistent. Trust is built when you show up once a week or daily, every other week, whenever. This is why I like YouTube because you can show up weekly, daily, every other week, once a month, as long as you are upfront, long as you let your audience know when you're going to show up, or you inform them if you're late. This is what I'm learning, you know, and just be consistent. You gaining trust. Trust is built when you show up. Like I said, once a week or daily. You let people know they can count on you. Two, give value before you act. Host a free Q&A. Drop helpful tips and stories. Send out an email with zero pitch, just encouragement. Three, be human. Show the behind the scenes. Talk about what did not work. Answer with empathy. The more real you are, the more trust you earn. Now, let us bring it home. Marketing and selling build momentum, but emotion builds movement. And when your brand feels like something, peace, joy, strength, transformation, your audience does not just buy. They believe, they belong. The big takeaways and how you can apply them starting today, because now that we have unpacked the emotional core, let us bring it home. Here is the truth. Knowing is good, but applying, that is where the transformation begins. Let us land this plane with real talk, strategy, and next steps. Grab your notebook because what you do after this episode will make all the difference. So, how to turn insights into income without burning out? Let me hit you with a stat that changed how I operate. According to Salesforce 2023 State of Marketing Report, 71% of high performing marketers believe their success stems from aligning marketing and sales teams rather than just focusing on tactics. So imagine today if your marketing, selling, and storytelling work together, driven by clarity and purpose, what that means to your business. That is your new competitive advantage from confusion to clarity with a brand pivot. Now, I once followed a small fashion startup that was struggling with sales. They had great products, flashy ads, and solid branding, but customers were not buying. Why? Why, you might be asking? Customers was not buying. They were missing the bridge between what they say and what they sold. Their marketing promised empowerment, but their sales team taught fabric blends. When they aligned their messaging and retrained their team, conversions increased by 32% in 60 days. As reported by HubSpot in 2023, that is the power of alignment. That is the result of strategy over noise. So here are your three power moves to take action today. One, revisit your core message. Ask yourself, does every part of your customer journey from ad to checkout feel like one seamless conversation? Your brand's voice should be consistent across all platforms. Trust breaks if your audience hears one thing in your content and then hears something different in your sales pitch. Here's a tip. Use a Google Doc to compile your most frequently used phrases, promises, and customer FAQs. Please make sure that your marketing and sales teams use the same language. Two, sync strategy to your stage. Whether you are just starting, like me, and building your first mentorship cohort with limited resources or scaling something that's growing rapidly, clarity beats complexity. Here's a tip. Use free tools like Google Forms for feedback, Canva for consistent branding, and MailChimp or ConvertKit to automate sales conversations. Remember, you do not need a big budget. You need a bold plan. Three, show up and serve before you sell. Marketing is not about manipulation. It is about making people feel something. And selling, that is the natural outcome of solving real problems with empathy and excellence. According to Salesforce 2022 report, 84% of consumers said being treated like a person, not a number, is key to winning their business. So, could you treat every post, pitch, and product as an act of service? And my final thought, adaptation is not optional, it is essential. Brands that fail to evolve fall behind. Consider Macy's, which plans to close 66 stores in 2025. Meanwhile, forward-thinking businesses that adapt, such as Coca-Cola, timeless yet trend-savvy campaigns continue to win. So here is your mission. Start where you are, but show up like you belong. Because marketing sets the stage, but selling brings the show to life. Your next steps, take action and keep the momentum. Now that you have the insights, here is what to do. Subscribe to the Pulse of Marketing wherever you listen. Follow me on social media at the Pulse of Marketing for daily tools and encouragement. Rate and review the show. It helps more people find me, find us. Share this episode with one entrepreneur or professional who needs clarity and confidence. Let us keep building, let us keep growing, and remember, you don't have to know how to sell, but you do have to know how to market. That is it for today's Marketing Monday on the Pulse of Marketing. Until next time, stay visible, stay valuable, stay ready. We are building a toolkit that thrives in any economy. See you next Monday or the following Monday, and you already know what's coming next. Deuces. Peace.
How do you turn your idea into a real business when you do not even know where to start? Whether it is a clothing brand, a podcast, a logistic company, or a grocery store, the idea is real, but the process seems unclear. I know the feeling. You are excited, you are inspired, but you are stuck. Questions like, how do I structure this? Will it work? How do I make it sustainable? Are flooding your mind. That is why I created the 6-month mentorship bootcamp. This is to give you more information and the blueprint, strategy, and mentorship you need to build something solid and scalable from the ground up. In just 6 months, you will go from confused and frustrated to confident and equipped. You will learn step by step how to structure, launch, and grow your business the right way. So here's the question. Are you ready to stop guessing and start building? Click the link in the description and let us make it happen together. I will see you in the bootcamp. Peace.